Hey, how is everybody doing today? Um, Today we're gonna be talking about finances. Um, First off, let me make it very clear that me personally, I'm not the most intelligent or it's like smartest person. I don't have a degree or anything in that area. So don't sit here and be like, oh, this guy knows. No, I don't. I do not. Just know I'm personally just telling you my views on finances from a biblical standpoint. So my first point is this: finances should never be above God. You should never be at a point where you start trusting money more than you trust God. You should never be at a point where you put aside things like Sabbath and all that, and um replace it and start working for money. Um, because at the end of the day, finances will burn and they will be gone. At the end of the day, money is just your turn to use it. It's not even yours. Um, and then not only that, God is always there. Like I said, money will not be. Um, like, are you going to work to make money over going to church? Are you taking a Sabbath instead of working for money? And so yeah, that's my point on that. Is money should never be above God. God should always be at the top. Second point, money should also never be above your family. Um, there's been a lot of times in my personal life where I start putting money above my family. And sometimes it's good within good intention too. Sometimes you need to make money so that you can provide for your family, yes, but it should never get to a point where the money is above your family. There's been a lot of times where, even recently, where we have been struggling financially, but we have my wife will never let me put money above our family, because once I start doing that, I'll start working and stuff. I'll barely see my wife. Our relationships starts to get strained. And then once it gets to that point, my wife sits me down and goes, Samuel, I get, and she'll tell me this, so this is in quotes. Samuel, I get that we're struggling. I get that you don't know how we're gonna make it, but God does. A lot of the times, those times where you don't know how you're gonna make it, those times where you don't understand what's gonna happen next, is just for a time where God can come in and say, I got you. Rely on me and trust in me. You hear me? Those times where you don't know is times for God to show He does. A lot of the times we don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of times we don't know we should wake up and go to work instead of go to church. But God does. He made it clear. You need to take a rest day that you could spend time with the Lord. You gotta do it. And then my last point is this: make sure you're tithing that 10%. You're probably like, oh, that's such a, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you give that 10% to the Lord, and you can never outgive the Lord. That's biblical. Whatever we give to the Lord, we can never outgive what God can give to us. Like it says in the Bible, you see the birds in the sky, you see the flowers, you see all these things that are just very well taken care of. What makes you think He's going to treat us any less? We're literally His children. Alright? So, the points to take away from this: money should never replace God. Money should never come up before your family. Make sure you're tithing. Make sure you know where your tithing is going. Like, I tithe in my church, and I know where that's going. It's going to world services. It's going to all these things, and I've seen it. And just understand, when it comes to tithing, that we can never outgive God, and that if we just trust and rely on Him, He will always come through, because that's who He is. Thank you so much. This one, very short one, I know, but I hope it speaks to one of y'all that needs it. Have a blessed day.